Well, hey everybody, it's Maylee Thomas with Texas Homegrown Music, and I'm here with these guys that I've been trying to get in for a while now, but COVID kept trying to stop it. So we finally got it together, and it's BlackTop Mojo, and these guys are freaking awesome.
Thank you.
Can I say that? I mean,
Yeah.
truly, we'll compare them to a lot of other bands, but they've got their own distinct sound, and they're Texas boys from Palestine, Texas. And we're proud of that because we love Texas music and Texas people. So I are one.
Yeah, we
I
are one
would-
too. We are
yeah.
one too.
I know. So Matt, I am so impressed with what you guys have done about the whole all-in perspective, because when you're starting out in music, when you're starting out in this whole lifestyle, you have a choice. And for some of us, I just ate grilled cheese and tomato soup for years, and worked 3 jobs trying to be able to afford to play at night, right? And so I know that whole thing, but I know the story, and I'd love for you to share it with everybody out there that doesn't know anything about you guys, about how y'all just decided one day, you know what, we're going to throw it in the towel and say we're either all in or all out.
Sure.
And
well, we all had day jobs. We started the band in 2012.
so introduce the band to everybody.
This is Ryan Kiefer and Chuck Wepfer, and they are both our guitar players.
Okay.
Very talented fellas. We started the band back in 2012, and it was me and the drummer, Nathan Gillis. And we had a few member changes and things like that as we were gigging around for the first few years. And we'd drive to Dallas or Houston on pretty much every weekend and try to play wherever we could. And in 2016, we got a house, and everybody quit their jobs, and we all moved in together. And
I can't even imagine what that house is like.
Yeah,
It's like, talk about a man pad, right?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a bachelor pad. But we all moved in together, and we just started playing music to pay the rent. So took gigs wherever we could and made money however we could, playing music.
So did you guys all grow up knowing this is something that you wanted to do, or did you have an epiphany at one point? I'm always interested in that.
You can start.
Oh no, I just I started playing guitar when I was about 12, 13, and I knew that's what I wanted to do, and just worked real jobs till we got to where we're at today.
Yeah, same thing with me too. I started playing guitar in 5th grade and always knew I wanted to be a full-time musician. So
Were you guys
I was
garage band in it? Were
I
you
was
what?
an Epiphany guy.
You were?
One of those
Yeah,
people.
I went to college and stuff, and thought I wanted to be a doctor, and I spent most of my time playing guitar and writing songs.
Well,
So,
now you're just a doctor of tone.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He actually got his PhD.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It
Didn't
stands
get
for
that far.
something
He
else,
did
but we won't
graduate.
talk about
I
that.
graduated, but I didn't get that far. But yeah, I just had an epiphany kind of my senior year of college, and figured out that I wanted to something.
Did you finish
try.
college?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good for you. I mean,
That was kind of the deal with my parents.
I was going to ask you if somebody pushed
wouldn't
you
let me
into.
quit,
I
you
mean, you're already
which is
that
good.
far
You're already in it.
along,
Yeah.
right?
I was almost done, so I was like, okay, well,
There you
we'll
go.
do this, and then
And so they support your.
absolutely,
That's a good thing.
they're some of our biggest supporters. I think all our families, we're very blessed to have families that stand behind us and kind of push us along.
That helps. That
Encourage
helps
it.
a lot.
Encourage us, not like Johnny Cash's first wife, like you're never gonna make it.
Oh, try to encourage you with negative,
You're never gonna make it.
the negative stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Well, so I've heard you guys compared to people like Soundgarden and of course Leonard Skinner, and I think to me probably Rival Sons, and
I dig the Rival Sons.
I mean I love their stuff, but I'm actually interested in knowing what pushed you into that genre, because you guys. I've noticed there's actually a lot of rock bands that come out of Palestine in that area. Or, is it Palestine?
Yeah.
Palestine. I don't know if you guys know Tyler. What's his name? My mind just went blank. I'll come back to it. But I know that there's a lot of rock bands that come out of that area.
Sure.
What were you guys cutting your teeth on? were you cutting your teeth on those bands like Leonard Skinner? And
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, back when we started, and like we said, we was trying to pay rent playing music and stuff. So back when you started, we had to do like bar band sets and stuff where you play like 4 hours. So you're playing everything from Leonard Skinner to Merle Haggard to some dude comes up and throws a beer at you if you don't play a George Strait song. So,
That's
that's what I'm thinking.
You kind of cut your teeth on a little bit of everything, especially down here. So.
Well, but you guys have a really cool melding of blues. I mean, I hear a lot of pretty cool blues in your stuff. I mean, I'm gonna play today. I'm gonna definitely let everybody see your "It Won't Last" video because I just love it. But there's no way you can listen to that song and not know that you guys dig the blues.
Oh yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was a big influence of mine growing up.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I actually was actually lucky enough to see Stevie play in a little bar, by the way.
That's awesome.
And so that was very cool. And yes, gone way too soon. But you hear that a lot. You hear a lot of people in Texas that definitely been influenced by Stevie Ray. But but tell me some other people that you look up to today that you feel like have influenced your style. And they don't have to be Texas musicians, by the way.
I love Lightning Hopkins, and I had no idea that he was from Crockett, which is right down the road from where we live.
There you go.
There's a statue down there. Somebody sent me a picture.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, so that's another Texas musician.
How about you guys?
Mark Tremonti actually got me into guitar a long time ago, and then probably my second guy is Andy Timmons.
Oh, well, I love Andy.
Yeah.
It's really hard because you guys know my husband is George Fuller, and he's a guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
And it kills him because I get asked all the time, who's your favorite guitar player? And he's just looking at me. I'm like, am I telling the truth? Or
Right. So, yeah, Andy's just his melody, the way he uses his melodic licks and stuff like that, and he can also shred. I mean, he's the whole package.
You know what? He's a guitar player's guitar player, right?
Yeah.
Because he can definitely hone in on any style. And I mean, I've known Andy for 30 years, and literally for 30 years. And first time I met Andy, we were both hired to play a gig, and we were just in the background, right? And that was when they would call you up and tell you, okay, you got to wear all black, or you got to wear all white, show up here, and just do what we tell you to do. Yeah. So we were doing a gig together, and the guy this is way before you had packs or anything. The lead guy was dropped down on a crane, but Andy was playing the guitar part, so it was making it look like he was doing the guitar part, and I was like, I knew it wasn't that guy. And I was like, who was playing that guitar? And I looked around, it was Andy back there. And right then I fell in love with his style, man.
He seems like a nice guy.
And he is a super sweetheart of a guy.
So, if you're watching, I'd love to meet you, bud.
Well, he just lives right around the corner from here,
That's awesome.
And we're actually doing a Christmas show together that we're live streaming on the 17th of December. So he's going to, this will just show you that you guys can do this too. He's going to do a rendition of Ave Maria. Okay. That's killer. Yeah. So and there you go. That shows you what he does, right? Because he's a shredder. If he needs to be a shredder, and he'll sit there and play Ave Maria for you and bring you to tears.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of how I felt when I saw this video. Did you guys just do this video?
I think we did it.
Man, it's been
a little while.
A little over a year ago.
Well,
has it been a year?
You know what?
So.
Wow.
COVID means you just did it.
Right.
Because
we lost this year. This year
we did.
Count, so.
I mean, as far as if people put out a record this year, they weren't able to tour with it. I know you guys put yours out in 2019, your latest one.
Right, and we put out EP in 2020 this year in May actually. Too.
Okay, so there you go. And now you're not able to tour it, but next year's going to look better.
Yes.
And I would just encourage you guys to throw some stuff out there on video. People like to see it.
Oh, for sure.
We're
actually going to make a new album. We're going to go record in Nashville in January. So.
Well, let's talk about that. So we're gonna play that "It Won't Last" right now because I mean, I'm telling you, if this thing doesn't grab you, then something's wrong with your soul. Because this is a meaty kind of music that it's on my playlist. I listen to it and I put it on my playlist for, those moody nights with George. So
there you go.
Anyway, this is BlackTop Mojo. These cats are really, really, really a hot number right now. I mean, by the way, everything that I'm getting from everybody that I've asked to have seen you had said you guys are getting ready to blow up. So be ready, because I think next year is going to be a really good year for you.
We're looking forward
So
to it.
it won't last for BlackTop Mojo. We'll be right back with Texas Homegrown Music. Yours truly, Maylee Thomas.
Whiskey left in the bottle. You know it's good for you now, but it won't be easy tomorrow. And what kind of man would I be if I didn't hold you? Just no girl when I leave. Oh, baby, I told you. And why can't it just stay the same? After this, it's all gonna change. Hurry now, darling, the morning's closing in fast. The best thing about this feeling is it won't last. Can you feel the silence as we stare at each other? I know we both had too much, but I could do with another. And darling, I'll stay as long as you let me. But you know I gotta go, so just try to forget me. And why can't it just stay the same? After this, it's all gonna change. Hurry now, darling, the morning's closing in fast. The best thing about this feeling is it won't last.
we're back with BlackTop Mojo, and thank you guys, by the way, for coming to see me today. They drove in from Palestine, and what, 2.5 hours?
That's about two. Yeah,
Something like that.
And if you guys don't realize that we're in the Guitar Sanctuary in the amp room right now, and hoping that there's nobody out there wanting to come in and listen to something, because we're not going to let them.
Right.
AKA heaven to guitar players. And
But so I know you guys, you just released an EP in May, and I know you released a record that you recorded in, I guess in your hometown, right?
Yeah, we recorded the third record in Tyler.
Yeah, in Tyler. Okay, but
Not too far.
the second record, you guys hooked up with some cool cats in Muscle Shoals. I want you guys to tell me about how that came about.
So our bass player, Cat Murtis, actually grew up in Muscle Shoals.
Okay.
And Jimmy Johnson was one of his family friends, and if you guys don't know who Jimmy Johnson is, he played on
Where you been, right?
yeah, he's part of the Muscle Shoals sound, the Swampers.
Yeah.
You know, Leonard Skinner talks about him in
A
Sweet
lot.
Home Alabama, you know. But yeah, he recorded Skinner's first record and Bob Seger, and he played on Aretha Franklin and Etta James's records and Wilson Pickett and all the.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, he produced Rolling Stones. Which album was that?
Going blank. I don't know.
Wow. So
That's the
how,
album that Brown Sugar was on. But yeah.
so
Yeah.
how
Wild
cool was
Horses.
that for you guys to throw your music towards them and say, hey, help us out here?
It was very nerve-wracking. We really didn't know what to expect. Kat, of course, had kind of grown up around him, being in and out of the studio around him, so he kind of knew him. But we didn't, and after that was right around the time that the Muscle Shoals documentary was on Netflix and things like that. So we just saw that, and we were like, holy crap, this guy's he's done it all. You know?
Yeah.
But we got there, and he was eating a chicken biscuit from Bojangles, which is a chicken chain.
That's a very
biscuit
important
chain
little
down there.
nugget of
Yeah.
information there,
Yeah.
by the
If
way.
you're from Alabama, respect, shout out to Bojangles.
That's
Anyway,
right.
but he was eating a chicken biscuit from Bojangles, and he was just like, "How you fellas do it?" You know, he's just a real down to earth cat.
Well,
you
how
know.
cool is it to spend your whole life producing people in the likes of who you just mentioned? I mean, what a great
yeah.
gig,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a bad way to live.
Not at all. Couldn't
No.
imagine.
But he was real cool to us. He brought in the engineer from the Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, Steve Melton.
Yep,
And
saw that.
we actually became friends with him, and then we recorded our first single off of that record, Where the Wind Blows.
Yep.
And then we actually went to go record the rest of the record in Nashville at Sound Emporium, and Steve Melton engineered the rest of the record after
Okay.
that, because we met him that day when we were working with Jimmy.
We also recorded Chains
Yeah, we did.
in Muscle Shoals,
We
yeah.
did. At Fame. Yeah.
Which is a deep track on.
yeah.
But yeah, it was
So-
a blast.
So, like every artist, I know that most of the time we're always happier with the stuff that we put out the most recent. But I don't think that's always the case, because I mean, there's no way you guys can leave that record and not be proud.
Oh yeah, man. That one was definitely. That was the record that we quit our jobs.
Dave, you knew right then, hey, we got something here.
And then, how long was it after we moved into that house? We went right out to Nashville and recorded that record.
Well, that was a really good year for you guys. In fact, I want you to tell me about the stint that you had at South by Southwest, where you guys backed up Sammy Hagar and.
yeah.
You backed up Daryl McDaniels from Run DMC, right?
Yeah,
And
both
you
of them.
guys, how'd that gig happen? That was pretty cool. And by the way, thanks for the shirt.
Oh yeah.
You had on a Guitar Sanctuary shirt, and I'm gonna make sure you guys leave with some new ones today.
Absolutely.
We used to be with Gibson Guitars,
Yeah.
and our rep had called us and said, "Hey, do you guys want to back up a Hall of Fame rock and roller?" And he wouldn't tell us who it was until we committed. We were like, "No, I'm just kidding." We were like, "Yeah." So they got that together, and then he called us back and told us it was for Sammy Hagar's TV show, and then that was pretty wild.
That was sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did Rock Candy by Montrose.
Yeah.
With Sammy. Sammy singing the choruses and Daryl rapping over the verses.
I mean, these little guys
That's
from
cool.
Palestine.
And,
Look at
And
you.
then we got to do a little thing. I don't know if it even made the show, but we played It's Tricky with with Daryl.
It did make
Yeah.
sense. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, well,
It's
we've
been a
been.
while since
I
we've
can't
seen
remember,
it.
yeah.
Wait, Brian Meter, pulls it up all the time on YouTube. Says,
Yeah.
"Look at that, sporting the Guitar Sanctuary
Oh,
shirt."
awesome.
I'm like, "That's so cool." I think he sent you guys some stuff after
yeah.
he saw
Yes,
that
yeah.
because we thought that was so cool. Well, talk about being in the right place at the right time. Were you guys at South by Southwest there, or were you just they just called you and had you show up? And,
Yeah, they
Pretty
just called
much.
us and had us show up. We only live a few hours away, so
Yeah,
we were
you
like,
guys
"Hell
would
yeah,
jump in
let's
the-
jump,
Yeah.
let's hop in the van, and
hop
we
in
got
the
right down
van,
there.
boys. We're on. It's a
Yeah.
road trip.
Oh, yeah.
Truly, it's called the it's called the
that
rock and
was-
roll road trip,
That
right?
was also a pretty wild night. That was a very rock and roll road trip. We recorded that thing like pretty much all morning, and a little bit of the afternoon, and then one of the guys that was there, they were throwing a private party. He works for a company called Twitch.
Okay.
Twitch and Reddit were throwing a private party down the street, and they were like, "Hey man, we're throwing a party if you guys are staying in town." And we're like, "Oh, I think we got a 3-4 hour drive back home. I think we might get out of here pretty soon." And they were like, "Well, if you want to come, Snoop Dogg's playing." And we were like,
We're like, oh, I guess we don't need to go
I
home.
was like, "Hang on, let me talk to everybody." Yeah, we're gonna stay and go watch Snoop Dogg, and
That's so cool.
so yeah, we got to feel like
I love it when you're around when
badasses.
stuff like that happens and
Yeah.
you just happen in on it, right?
oh yeah,
That was really cool.
yeah.
Step into the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that was in 2017, and then so you started touring in 2018 with the record that you had just released, and then 2019 came through, and you guys were still touring with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've had to shut down a little bit because of COVID, but are you working on some new music? I know
Yeah.
you just dropped something in May. You guys are living together and writing and recording. How nice that you're taking advantage of all that
Oh, yeah.
because it's called Get the Music Out, right?
That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
I wish I'd learned that because I need to do that, but that's what happens when you have kids and husbands and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, tell me about it. What's y'all's family life like? And I'm not talking about mom and dad here.
Well, I have a lady, but I'm not married. I don't think. None of
Does
us are
she have a
married
name?
yet. Yeah, her name is Brooke.
And I think you should throw Brooke a little Yeah. Did you hear that, Brooke? He actually said your name on the air.
One step closer,
Well, none of us are married, but Kiefer here is engaged, and
Engaged.
Just got engaged.
our drummer is getting married to his fiance in January.
So obviously they all know what they're getting in store for. How about you?
Chuck
I live with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Kelly.
Thank you.
all the shout outs to the ladies.
Yeah, how about it? What's
Brianna.
Brianna? There you go. Well, I just want to say, you met these guys playing music. You know what they do. This is their passion. Stick with it with them, and you'll have a great life. Because having been in bands for decades, I can tell you it's real important to have that.
Oh yeah.
You got to have that, or you're going to be miserable,
Yeah,
and they're
for
going to
sure.
be miserable. But it's the old, you knew what I was when you picked me up, right?
Yep.
But if they can be passionate about it with you, what a great thing to do in life is to bring pleasure to people through music.
Oh yeah.
And I was sad when COVID started because I felt like we kind of got dissed a little bit,
Yeah.
like we weren't important, the
Non-essential.
non-essentials. And I think that people have found out that music was very essential and is a very essential during this time.
Absolutely.
And so keep putting it out there and doing that. But I want to play another video of you guys. And this particular video is really cool. Tell me about where you guys did this and how you did it, because the whole desert scene with the TV and all that took me back, because I'm old enough to remember when TVs looked like that.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all don't. Y'all had to dig through
Oh,
something.
my grandma had one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Found that one at a thrift shop.
And I mean,
in
when
Las
I was
Vegas.
growing up, if you lost the signal, it really was like the signal was gone. It's not
Absolutely.
like it is
Rabbit
now,
ears, man.
right? Yeah, you had to move them around.
Yeah.
I love that, by the way. I love that whole signal is gone.
Yeah.
Just the paradigm of how you wrote that. But tell me about that song.
It's about just losing connection with someone. I got ghosted by a girl at one point, and that's just how it felt. You just felt like everything was going good and stuff. And
Isn't
all of a
that
sudden-
weird?
All of a sudden, it's just like bam, it's just
Cut you
gone,
off.
And that was the closest thing I could think of to compare it to. But We shot that video out in the Mojave Desert back in August, I think,
Okay.
with our buddy Larry Henson.
Well, I
He's in
love his
media.
work. He does a
And,
really great
Our
job.
video got Dustin, who we all hate, but
You hate to love?
equally. Yes.
Yeah, I got that. We got some of those in our
Yeah.
life. We all have some of those in our life.
Yeah, it was a fun video. We kind of wanted to do.
And
like
who's
a
the girl in there?
chippy. It's a friend of ours from Las Vegas. Her name is Autumn Masden. She's cool. She is a Monster girl. She works for Monster.
Okay.
And that's her dad's truck in the video as
Oh,
well.
is it?
Shout out.
Give him a little
Autumn's
shout
dad
out
for letting
too.
me drive that truck.
Shout out to Faja.
Yeah, I almost wrecked it.
Well, I love the video. Did you
I
really?
did. But,
Oh, you didn't tell me about this.
oh yeah. Well, it was an old truck, and the way the brake was, the brake got stuck down on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I was just having to like kind of drift off the road real slowly into the gravel, and hope I didn't.
I've
screw
been
it
there.
up.
In fact, I've got an old 66. I got a 66 VW that literally I was driving down the road and the pedal broke,
Oh yeah.
and it broke with the car going.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much kind of what happened. I had the keys for about 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden I was damn near wrecking this truck. So,
Oh no, we're glad you didn't wreck that
He
truck.
about died on the way
Yeah.
up here. He drove. Crazy. No, I'm just joking.
Well, I want to play this video of you guys, and I want to share just everybody out there that's on our YouTube channel. Go get their music, BlackTop Mojo. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. These guys put it all in, and the melodies that you guys come up with are fantastic. You can tell you guys have been together for a little while because now you've got a sound. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like you can tell that you guys are writing together because you've got this distinct sound and style, and I love it, and I love it. I like the hard stuff too because I'm just that kind of girl. But I'm going to tell you that my favorite is when you get into the blues. And dude, you can sing, and one of these days we got to sing together because I really dig your style. So BlackTop Mojo on Texas Homegrown Music. Check them out. I promise you won't be disappointed. See you guys.
Speak up now, darling, you're growing faint. My technicolor view, years turning gray. And twist the antenna around, is there something wrong? There's nothing but white noise now, the signal's gone. Gone, gone, gone. I sit alone now, the screen is cracked. I hit the site again, but the picture won't come back. I tried to wait it out, but I fell asleep near dawn. I guess I won't know how it ends. The signal's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. The pain is peeling from the walls, and time makes fools of us all.
guys, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and do my little radio podcast,
Thank you
whatever
for
you want
having
to
us.
call it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And I can't wait to get you guys here at the sanctuary. Really want you guys to
Yeah.
play a show sometime. And now, you
Any
know,
excuse to come up here.
there you go. Maybe we get you guys to open for an Andy Timmons show. That'd
There
be
you
kind of
go.
cool,
That'd be
right?
awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think I might be
you
able
got a
to
deal
pull.
on
I
that
might
one.
be able to pull that off. So, I want to play the remake that you guys did of the Aerosmith cover "Dream On" because,
Yeah.
and I think that probably put you guys on a map too.
Oh, sure.
I think did I hear that got to like number 31 or 27 or something on the charts and
Yeah.
Something like
and
that.
and,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
got
Wow,
Somewhere
yeah.
around there.
somewhere in there.
Between
if it felt-
27 and 30.
there you go. But there's a song in there, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
But I really dig it. I played it on my show before, and I'm just glad that I get to play it with you guys here present. So check them out. They've got, they've got all their music is out on all the platforms that you can download on. And I am just excited about the future for you guys because I really feel like it's going to be hard to get you back because you're going to be doing other stuff. But
We live right down the road.
hey, you
Oh, yeah.
remember me? I'll hook you up with some T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Always need
Anyway,
t-shirts.
thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you again. And like I said, I'm really proud to know you and know that you guys are from Texas and you're just keeping the metal going for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you next time.